all of our favorite picks and breaking down these fights for this upcoming Burns versus Brady fight night after the week off. Glad to be back with y'all. Thanks for watching, man. How you doing tonight, bro?
I'm good. I'm good. We're back live. I'm just sending the people at home a little welcome to the show message. But yeah, welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah,
Live,
welcome
rearing to
back.
go. Beefy bets, breaking down a UFC fight night. But honestly, this is all just kind of a setup. I don't even want to lie to you guys because now we can be live for next week's breakdown. Now we can be
Yeah,
live for the betting episode everyone's going to care about, right? The Sphere. We got 11 fights this week, and they are some heaters. I'm not even going to lie. It's not like the usual UFC sellout card where they give us absolute dog shit before a fire card. But I can't lie to you if I'm not looking ahead to next week a little bit.
Oh yeah, you gotta be. But yeah, you're right. Not the worst fight night ever. But yeah, man. I mean, we'll dive in first with these headliners. Got Sean Brady taking on Gilbert Burns. This is dope matchmaking. I'm here for it. Burns coming off the JDM KO loss. Brady, I honestly completely forgot about that Kelvin Gastelum fight. I thought his last fight was the Muhammad loss, but
No,
he Kamara Gastelum.
Am I crazy? Was that when Gaslam? No, that wasn't when Gaslam missed weight horribly, was it?
I think it is. Yeah,
Okay,
I believe it was.
right.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's what I was thinking. Yeah, so I was like, yeah, I mean, but that, I mean, what do you hold the Kelvin Gastelum win as? Let me just ask you that independently before we really break down this fight because I think that matters a lot as far as because I don't hate Sean Brady by any means. I'm just saying, is that win really something we're gonna hang our hat on?
I won't say hang hat on. I will say I feel a lot better that he's coming off that win than if he was coming off the KO loss to Muhammad. Like if he was
Yeah,
coming into this fight, so like
and
that's
he
the
showed a
value.
good chin. And he showed a good chin. We
Yeah,
talked about how we were suspect of that chin after that loss. Chin was very solid. This fight's a
and obviously you
this
want to
fight's a
talk about a loss aging well. I mean, Muhammad went on to win the belt. Whenever Muhammad beat Sean Brady, I don't think anybody viewed him as a future champ. But like he's, I mean, talk about a loss aging well. I guess is all I got to say.
oh couldn't have it can't age better. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like it can't age
yeah.
better. And also we've all questioned for almost 18 months now. Like after Bilal Muhammad did that, we all said, "Oh, Sean Brady's not what we thought." And then Bilal tuned up. I can't remember who it was after that, and we all said maybe Sean Brady's not as bad as we thought. And now Bilal's the champion, and we all can agree Sean Brady is absolutely not as bad as we thought at that point. Um,
I'm
all
kind of
that
back in. That's gonna tip my hand, but I'm kind of back in.
all that being said, I like the plus money on Burns here. I have him as one
See,
star, but I think I have some good like history and reasons as to why.
all right, man. I'll let you rip. I got Brady 2 stars, but I'll let you rip. Yeah, I mean,
All right, so I honestly did like Brady at first on this, right? I'm not gonna lie to you. Then I started going through Gilbert Burns's Tapology, right? And I realized he doesn't really like give up takedowns like that, right? And if you're looking at Sean Brady,
well,
who
didn't Jack Della Maddalena take him down?
yeah, suspectly though, you could argue Gilbert pulled the guard in that situation.
You're right. You're right. You're
You
right.
could
You're right.
argue that was like a given takedown for a guard pull.
Okay.
However, in the Bilal Muhammad fight, which was 5 rounds, he gave up 0 takedowns. And we know Bilal has good wrestling. I just think
Yeah.
it's also like Hamzat. Think about the Hamzat fight. Hamzat couldn't keep Gilbert down.
Yeah, but that was a slugfest. It wasn't necessarily a grappling match.
I agree. I'm just saying I think that is because people respect Gilbert Burns' jiu-jitsu off his back so much. So I almost struggle to see Brady having like such a good or it almost is like one of those styles where I can see either guy like I can see Brady by decision here all day long, but I can also see Burns getting a finish.
See, I can't see that because you seem to be implying submission finish, and I know Burns has his ADCC
I
background
could
and
see
all
Brady
that.
fucking up a transition, getting his neck taken, getting caught.
I mean, it's literally never happened before. Brady has one loss, and it was by KO. I'm going to be bullish the opposite way on this one, my brother. I mean, granted, I'm not going to sit here and try to act like a rocket scientist. It's largely due to Burns' age, Burns coming off the bad KO loss to a guy of about Sean Brady's ilk.
But JDM way better striker. We agree on that. And and Brady way
Yeah,
better wrestler. So stylistically, so different.
yeah, no, very, very true, very true. Although Jack Del Madalena's finish did come via ground and pound.
But he
So
weathered Burns down. You know what I mean? And,
facts,
and I think
facts.
like look at Usman. Usman didn't shoot for takedowns on Burns. He knocked him out. And I don't know that
I
Brady has the hands to do it. Is mildly pause in saying that like Brady finishing the fight, I do not see. So I like the
I'll
Brady
give
decision. I really
me too.
do.
Me too. That's my take. Brady by decision. Also, I'll push back and say that Brady's not fighting the same Burns that Usman fought. I think if you had a
That's a good
time
point.
machine and Brady was fighting that Burns, I'd probably be Burns 1 star, 2 star right along with you, my brother. But like, yeah, man, I think Burns is a little over the hill at 38, and they're just. So I'm gonna name three little outside factors of kind of noise I've been hearing about this fight. Exhibit A, Burns himself. I don't like the way he's been talking. I don't know if you've caught any of his interviews. He's been using a lot of language like, I want to see if I still have it. And I want to see if I got one more run left in me.
I don't
Shit
love it.
like that. Don't love that. And then exhibit really B and C is kind of one and the same. And both Josh Thompson and Big John McCarthy are all over Sean Brady here. Kind of for similar reasons as me. Just believe, he's basically old guy versus young lion, young bull. You know what I mean? Just kind of shit passing in the night. One guy trending down, one guy trending up. I think that's the main takeaway. And then I think size is going to be a factor. Now you look on paper, they're pretty equal, but I have a feeling
Oh,
that it's
Brady's
going to be
thick.
one of those weird.
Brady's thick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Burns, obviously former 55-pounder, and then like Piper and a bunch of like large guys have said that like that's another thing when Piper was talking about it, and Piper was saying that like Sean Brady is like, and Piper's a huge middleweight, like basically a light heavyweight, and he says that like Sean Brady basically takes him down at will, and he's like impossible to take down. Now, I know Burns is more skilled than Piper, but I think size-wise, is going to play a little bit of a factor here. And then Josh Thompson's main take was that, like, if this fight gets into the third, fourth, fifth round, that's when you're going to see Burns' age. Like, Burns, like, if you're going to bet Burns, you might as well bet Burns by finish or Burns under, because I think basically they're saying that, like, as you get into the later rounds, it's a main event 5-round fight. Third rounds 3, 4, 5 are going to heavily favor Brady. So, like you said, I don't really see Brady getting a finish either. I think Brady by decision, but just what's this number at? Because my numbers are a few days old.
So Burns right now is plus 150, Brady minus 180. Brady by decision plus 150, so you can actually get even value on the Brady by decision or Burns money line, which is interesting, I think.
It's at plus 150 Brady by decision.
Yeah. So Vegas kind of sees it the same as us. The over 4.5 is plus 105 right now. So I don't really know if
Don't hate that.
I don't know if it's super.
Well, you might as well bet Brady.
That's my point. That's my point. Is because if it goes over, Burns isn't winning the over, in my opinion. So, that also being said, just to throw it out there for the value hawks, Burns by submission plus 700. Not the worst.
It's better than a Tony by
Brady never been
plus
submitted.
900.
I mean, second most likely. In fact, this is odd because Burns by submission, fourth most likely outcome according to odds, right? Second most likely outcome, Brady by TKO KO. I don't necessarily see that as much. I think Burns is hard to finish unless you have like crazy power.
Be ground and pound. It's not going to be one shot and Ngannou's spark, but it would
Burns
be
doesn't
ground
really
and pound.
shell. He's good on the ground at fighting. He has loose hips.
for
He's
sure.
an ADCC guy. That being said, third most likely outcome, Burns by TKO KO. He's more likely by the TKO KO than submission.
Yeah, like gun to my head, I have to pick one guy to get a KO. I'm picking Burns, if that makes sense.
Well, Vegas would disagree. They give you better odds there. So, could be something worth a sprinkle for some bettors out there. Just saying, if you're going to take Burns in any way, shape, or form, maybe get the KO at plus 400, or TKO rather. That being said,
And really, yeah, the Venn diagram overlap between me and Harrison's views on this fight is Brady by decision. Because like
Yes,
that's what we seem
yes.
to like
I'm
agree
more
on. Like
looking for the value because at minus 180, it's about right. Maybe a little over in my opinion. Like I think it could be minus 150 plus 130 here. So I'm saying like I don't love the money line. I do like the plus 150 decision.
Yeah, me too as well, man. Yeah, I think you're about to keep it pushing to the co-main. We got Andrade taking on Natalia Silva. Sick matchmaking. What are these odds, my friend?
So Jessica Andrade taking on Natalia Silva. We got Andrade, the plus 250 dog, taking on Silva at minus 320. I mean, if I'm Billy Walters, I kind of almost have to bet on Andrade here just for the number.
No, me too. All right, I'm going to take you through my process here. So when I'm first making my picks and giving my stars, I don't have the money lines written down. I do that on purpose. I don't want to be influenced. Kind of like Billy Walters, kind of attempt to handicap it myself and then try to find value there, following thereafter. So when I was looking at this one, I almost had it as a no bet, i.e., I see it as a coin flip minus 110 each side. Like I literally couldn't make up my mind. For example, I have Andrade, my 8th ranked strawweight, and I have Silva, my 9th ranked flyweight. This fight taking place at flyweight. Andrade bounces around weight classes. I'm not really worried about the weight class.
Yeah, and thick for 115 already, so like 125, not the biggest issue. Just she's kind of short,
And
but
Natalia
Silva's
Silva,
short.
yeah, she's not
Like
huge.
that,
She's
like
no
that's the big deal. She
Fiora.
only has a 3-inch reach advantage and a 4-inch height advantage. It's not that big of a deal. And also, Andrade is only 32. Like you might think her old from her career, but she's actually still in a good age for fighting.
Literally what I was going to say next. Like all the things you would start to like edge for Natalia Silva. And like Natalia Silva's best win is Araujo.
I agree. I don't love the history, and I like Andrade has fought only champions. Like this is a big step down for Andrade and a big step up for Silva. And I think at the competition level and the styles of fights, like I don't think Andrade's going to let Silva stand back and throw kicks. She's going to press her to the fence. She's going to get in her face. She's going to bulldog her.
And Silva does have a lot of subs, but like, is she going to sub Andrade? I don't think so.
The last
like,
girl was Lemos, and that was one of the craziest subs we've ever seen. That was extremely rare and probably will never happen again. A standing arm triangle against the cage. Silva's not tall enough to do that. Like Lemos is 5'7" and much longer, so that aided her in that arm triangle against the fence. Silva can't do that.
Yeah, man. And so Billy Walters, like this may be my dog of the week. I liked it at plus 235. At plus 250, it's like begging for a unit. It's begging for a unit. Just like I said, I handicap this as a coin flip. So like just the Billy Walters like value gap there is severe.
In my mind, I had this probably Andrade plus 125, Silva plus minus 150, but that's just for like Vegas getting action, right? Like you're trying to set lines to get action on both sides, trying to make it the most valuable for both sides to like, and then they'll bet it whichever way happens. So
no, I
take it
got
which way
you.
you want, but I agree with you. Like almost a coin flip in my mind.
So pay attention on best bets. We're looking for a dog of the week. We may revisit this one. I got Andrade 1 star, but at plus 250, it's kind of calling my name. Love the value there. What's your official pick? Silva 1 star?
I have Andrade 1 star.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, yeah. I'm riding the Andrade train. Like I think the value's there, and I think it's not necessarily the worst pick to even hang my hat on.
Like the easiest fight Andrade has been booked for in years, basically. Like
by far.
Yeah,
not even a question. Like not even. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like tail of the tape. I like her track history, so track record. But yeah, man, we can keep it pushing if you want. We got Steve Garcia taking on Kyle Nelson next. Kyle Nelson plus 155. Steve Garcia minus 185. I have a feeling I know where you're going to go with this one, but what are you thinking?
Just meat slobbing on Steve Garcia over here. Yeah, bro. You fucking think? Oh, and am I gonna bet it by KO?
Yeah.
Fucking think?
Yeah.
You think I'm a fucking asshole? You think I'm not gonna fucking bet Steve Garcia by KO because I'm a fucking asshole? Is that what you're saying? Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, no, I mean Steve Garcia 4 stars.
Oh, 4 Adam is 3. Okay, let's go.
I mean, it's going to be the crux of my parlays. I'm getting a unit on Garcia by KO because I'm not an asshole. I mean, I don't know what more you want from me. You mean he's fighting Kyle Nelson? I mean, I'm all in on Garcia. No, Kyle Nelson is on like I think a 3 or 4 fight win streak. He isn't chopped liver, but I'm all in on Steve Garcia. If he's getting the matchmaking of a Kyle Nelson, much like we just said, this is the easiest fight Andrade has had. This is the easiest fight that Steve Garcia is gonna have for years. Like Steve Garcia is working his way up the food chain. I'm surprised they even made this fight happen. Power rankings wise, I have Garcia 23, Nelson 38. So the gap backs up my bullishness. Yeah, I mean, I am a Garcia meat rider, but I'll stand on it. I said I'm probably gonna have it on a parlay money line, and I'm probably gonna have a by KO prop.
Okay, let me just hear me out. Do you have any pause on the Jai Herbert? I mean, I know it's a loss for Nelson, but he survived against Herbert, who we've seen be a pretty good striker. He got a draw against Doo-Ho Choi, but got rocked and 10-8'd in one round, but survived. I mean, he's only been KO TKO 3 times. Diego Fajeda and Billy Quarantillo.
Yeah, so if they can't, my boy Stevie G can.
But those are both 4 and 5 years ago.
About time. It's about time. It's been hitting red 4 times in a row. Might have to sprinkle black.
I mean, I will. Steve Garcia, 4 KOs in a row. You know what?
Everybody, bro.
What's that?
He said he starches everybody, bro.
You know what? Melquizael Acosta and Nurdenbeke and Chase Hooper all have some, like, I all have them as rated, like, high chin. And Steve Garcia has slept all of them in less than 6 minutes. So, like, you're right. I'm not an asshole. I won't play the bullshit games with the viewers. I won't fuck around and find out. What do we got Steve Garcia KO by here? Let's see.
Yeah, is that number out yet? I was gonna ask.
Yeah, 100%. Steve Garcia by KO minus 140. It's not even fucking. They're just assholes, bro. Like he's minus 185. Like
don't overthink it. Like that's what's happening. Folks.
At that point, I won't give the 45 on the dollar. Pretty much 45 cents on a dollar right there. I just take the win in case
on a parlay.
Yeah, exactly on the parlay. Minus 25
wait till we get a couple props. You're like, oh, I can see myself on a prop 2-legger here. I can hear it now.
You want to hear the craziest bet? Nelson by KO is plus 250. Should have made that.
I mean, I guess they're saying. Yeah, I mean, I guess they're saying that this is going to be like a slugfest. Like I could like.
I mean, yeah. I mean, under 1.5 is minus 190. I don't hate it because Steve Garcia hasn't gone 6 minutes in his career in the UFC, so.
Yeah, but if it ends that fast, you might as well take the minus 140 number because it's going to be like, hey, what do you think he's going to jump Gilly?
No. Yeah. I don't know.
But, yeah, Garcia all day. Train by day, Steve Garcia all day by night. I'm all over Steve Garcia here. Yeah, I don't got much more to say. I already glazed up pretty hard like Dana and John Jones, so we can keep it pushing, I guess.
Oh, nice. We got Michael in the chat. Shout out, Michael. What's up?
Thanks for watching, brother.
Yeah, we going to keep it pushing, I assume, then?
Yeah. Well, is it the Durden last-minute reschedule? Is that what's fights next?
So not officially on, so they still don't have Durden on, wait, you mean reschedule for, no.
Well, so Schnell was going to fight, but now he's fighting Durden. I just don't know if that's next or not. That's for sure happening. I'm just talking about the order of which we're going.
It's not on the UFC's official card.
It's on Tapology, though. UFC, it's ridiculous that they're not the official source, but, like, their website sucks cock.
Let me check. I have Tapology pulled up. Let me check it real fast just to be sure.
On Tapology, I got it pulled up, too. Yeah, it's next after Nelson and Garcia.
Schnell Durden. I mean, you're right. It's here. I don't know.
The UFC's website sucks. It's unacceptable, but it's true. Like they're literally like their website blows.
So there's no odds on it. I mean, I think it might have gotten pulled. I mean, they have it listed here on the betting site, but no odds.
Really?
It's in the archive of odds as Schnell plus 250, which I would have loved to have taken, but.
Yeah, you're right. It's not on DraftKings either.
I think the fight officially was pulled.
Well, you know what? I'm not even mad at it. I was mad at the original fight that got pulled because I was going to hammer Costa by KO so many units I literally was gonna go just balls deep on Costa by KO over Chinny Schnell McGee, but I guess it's a moot point now. It seems like.
Yeah, I guess in that case, we'll just keep it pushing to Trevor Peek and Ashmoos if you're down.
Yeah, yeah, yes, sir. What's this number sitting at?
So we have Trevor Peek minus 125, Ashmoos plus 105.
Yeah, man. I mean, sorry I did not make exciting content. I got it as a no bet. I mean, I have Peak 72 and Ashnu 73. I literally have them right next to each other. Basically, both cans, but like exciting, powerful cans. I mean, this one. I mean, unless you fucking, sell me the Subaru in red real quick,
I don't see a way I could sell you on Trevor Peek. Like that's a car that we could go out together and it could run a 10-second quarter mile, or we could go out together and it doesn't make it on the highway. I don't fucking know.
And same goes with Yanal Ashmuz. Like I think he has a knockout win, but he's also been slept twice, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And
you're correct.
I don't know, just both guys just unbankable, unreliable, technical, which means should be fucking awesome. Like this should be like a throwback, like 2005 kind of vibes of fight. Like we're gonna have to throw some sponsors on the shorts for these boys, but I just
under 2.5 plus 110, under 1.5 plus 210.
Don't
hate it. Don't hate it because I've seen Ashmoos get finished plenty, and Peek's a finishing man.
Peak, it'll be worth visiting. Under 2.5, you said it was plus what? Under 2.5?
Under 2.5 plus 110.
I don't hate that. It's worth consideration. I'm not saying I'm going to bet it, but it's worth taking a peek at. No pun intended.
But the pun was intended.
Maybe it was, perhaps. But yeah, I mean, maybe Pete comes out rocking a fucking Palestinian flag and gets the KO.
I thought about that too. That'd be awesome. I mean, it would be terrible.
Yeah, like I said, I have these guys power ranked both very low and one spot apart from each other. Vegas doesn't see a gap between these two guys. Yeah, I mean, basically, don't touch it with a 10-foot pole. I don't hate the under 2.5 at plus 110. Yeah, gun to my head, I have to bet money on this fight. It's the under 2.5.
Yeah, I think that's best bet. That said, I say we keep it pushing. We got Chris Padilla taking on Rongju here. Rongju minus 220 is the favorite. Chris Padilla plus 180. What are you thinking here?
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking show me the money because I like Padilla.
I like Padilla
the road
2 stars.
To UFC fade. I love Padilla 2 stars.
Okay.
I could not believe he was the dog. I couldn't have 2 dogs this week. Andrade and Padilla. They both need a fucking straight bet.
You know what's weird about it is that I don't hate Rongju as the road to UFC guy, right? Like he's probably one of them that I like the most, just because his losses have aged the best, if that makes sense. Like Bahamondes is a fucking killer, so like I'm not really too mad about it. Like I mean, maybe not killer, but like for sure UFC quality. Killer's way over the top.
But Rodrigo Vargas, I mean, who the fuck is that guy?
Vargas loss is bad. And then the win over Jenkins, like, I literally couldn't tell you who it is. But he does have wins in his career over Shaolin Nurdenbeke, and there was one other one on here.
Not aging well.
Yeah, you know what? Like I said, he's 24 with 30 professional fights, though. So, like, dude's obviously fighting a lot. I just don't love his wins. Whereas you go to Padilla's page, and it's
the Yontop wins. I feel like aging well. Like Yontop showed in his last fight.
That's what I was going to say. And Padilla finished him.
Which leads to my next point, and it may not be available yet, but if the number on Padilla by sub is available, I think that's worth taking a look see at. Padilla by sub
submission is. Plus 550.
I mean, I just think like if he can sub Yontop, he can probably sub Rongju. I mean, Rongju probably has a little better grappling, but It's not like he's some levels above
I'll
Jon Top.
I'll put it this way: fight doesn't go to decision is -200.
Yeah. I mean, I think Padilla by sub is worth maybe a little sprinky sprink. Like, I mean,
I'm
plus
gonna write
550.
that down. I'm gonna write that down. Padilla by what do you like him by sub?
Yeah, by sub. I mean, I
Why the
said he subbed.
sub? Sell me on the sub.
I mean, mainly just because, I mean, he's proved he can sub a UFC caliber guy, and Rong Zhu hasn't proven that he is a UFC caliber guy. Also, let's see
Oh
here.
my God, Chris Padilla averages 10 takedown attempts. I mean, these are all obviously inflated because he hasn't gone a full fight, but 10 takedowns attempted a fight, 100% takedown accuracy, and he attempts 3.5 subs a fight.
And 36% of his wins are by sub. Now,
Yeah,
let's see it.
the metrics are all there for a sub.
Yeah. And then let's see if Rong Zhu has he got sub. Robert, hey, guess the percentage on the eight, or I'll just let the count of the day. 80% of Rong Zhu's losses are by sub.
4 of the
80%.
5.
Yes.
All
Yes,
right,
sir.
Chris Padilla by sub plus 550 might lock in as my might be my prop of the week in all honesty because it would yield me all my units on a 1 unit bet.
No, I mean, yeah, I'm liking that a lot, my friend. But yeah, what's next? Span OSP?
No, next we have Dulgarian and Brendan Marat.
Gross. Okay.
Span
Is this
OSP
line?
also not listed. Let me make sure about this real fast. Yeah, Span. Oh no, Span OSP still listed on Best Fight. We're gonna go with that. It has to be next. ESPN doesn't have it listed, so we'll give that its little shout out here. You know what I mean? Deservedly so.
Oh, you know what? No. St. Preux pulled out on according to Tapology, fight canceled St. Preux illness.
All right. Well, then I guess we will go to Dulgarian Marat.
Is this number still bonkers?
Yeah, -3,000 right now for.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, it's on plus 1,100 on the other side. It's honestly one of those ones where it's like, is it even worth talking about?
No, I mean, I do like. I mean, what's the KO number? Fucking -900.
Well, hold on now. This could be a Bo Nickel situation where he could finish him either way, so they give you a good number on it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Oh, no numbers out because no one gives a shit about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, fair point.
You know what's weird is there's no extended odds for the prelims as of yet, except Andre Lima and Felipe Dos Santos do have extended odds.
Good fight. That's going to be a good fight. Yeah, I mean, I have Bulgarian 4 stars, and I like him by KO, but I mean, pointless to bet, pointless to talk about. I had Bulgarian ranked 58 in featherweight. I had Moreau ranked 97 at lightweight, but he's coming down to featherweight, which basically out of desperation because he was getting chinned by all the lightweights. Yeah, I mean, Bulgarian's not the perfect fighter. Like I have in my notes here, he has gas tank issues, but I have a feeling you're not going to need a gas tank in this one. At least, you know, he better hope not. This may be a better one to live bet too. I mean, if you're someone where that's available, because I know usually in these giant money lines, as soon as the fight starts, it drops. Just because, like, that's how math works.
Yeah.
So, like I said, if you are just dying to bet Bulgarian, I would hope that you're somewhere where you can live bet it, or maybe, you know, I doubt the value is good on buy KO, but maybe you never know. Like you said, that Bo Nickel situation. Yeah, I mean, I don't have too much more to say unless you do.
No, I say we keep it pushing, man. The next fight is extremely interesting to me. We have Andre Lima -180 taking on Felipe Dos Santos plus 150. Ugh. Sorry, plus 150. Probably could be fight of the night, in my opinion.
You know what? Big John and Josh Thompson were saying the same exact thing, that they were looking forward to this fight. They were saying that it should have been on the main card, which I agree, especially with the OSP Span fight pulling out. Like, it should be on the main card before Peak Ash moves.
Like, it's still Wednesday. They could still flip that around and reorder the card. I think they'll do it as late as like Thursday night, late before the weigh-ins, because once the weigh-ins happen, that's set.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, do you have a take on this one? I kind of have it as a no bet. I have Lima ranked 36 in my power rankings, Dos Santos 38. So by that definition, Billy Walters, like, I guess I would take the plus money on Dos Santos, but I mean,
Well,
it's kind of a no bet to me. I don't know.
I think according to Billy Walters, you wouldn't bet this because I think Vegas has it
Yes.
damn near right, and especially
Yeah.
like in football, you don't really apply styles as much, right? Like in fighting, you definitely apply styles, and I just think this fight is like way too up in the air. I have no idea which way it goes. I think this is just one safe to stay away from because any take is going to be a dangerous one.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be awesome to watch as a fan. I think the winner of this fight probably gets themselves into a pretty big fight. Like, I could see them getting maybe one of the guys that got scrapped from this card. Like the winner of this fight gets a Durden, or the winner of this fight gets a Schnell, or I could see something like that happening. With just like the way that this card kind of shaped up. But
Let's see what the under is in this real fast. We keep pushing. So under 2.5 plus 200.
under 2.5.
I mean, they're flyweights is the
I was
problem.
about to say you took the words out of my mouth. You're probably getting juice on that number because they're flyweights, which is cool. Like if you could capitalize on that.
I mean,
Yeah, they're both young. They're both going to go for it.
I guess the thing
Yeah.
is that Limo is all finishes until his UFC fights and then no finishes, whereas Dos Santos, on the other hand, all decisions in the UFC as well, even a decision with Halle and Paiva before and Manel Kopp in the UFC and Altamirano. So it's almost like those are obviously incredibly different levels of skill and competition.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
And they all went to decisions.
yeah, everyone, they're decision guys. Yeah, stay away from that.
Yeah, I'd say we just stay away with this fight, but it's going to be awesome to watch, and I think it should be on the main card. Who's next? Santos and Yiza.
Gabriel Santos and Yiza. Gabriel Santos minus 275. Yiza plus 225.
Man, you said 275 and plus 225.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah,
I love Santos here. Like I have him as
really.
oh yeah, it's more of the road to UFC fade. I mean, what do you not like about Santos?
The fact that he's a can. I view him as a total can. So I can't bet this because it's can versus road to UFC, which is like no bet versus no bet, just based on my own kind of gambling rules I apply to myself. Yeah, dude. I mean, Santos, I believe Santos ranked 73rd, and Yiza, road to UFC fade. Yeah, especially like the only way, since I basically view them both as cans, I would only take the plus money, and I'm not betting on the road to UFC, guys. So yeah, just no bet. Sorry, it's not more exciting. No bet for your boy.
I feel it. I had Santos as 2 stars just because, like, I hate Yiza's like fight record. I hate like that the UFC cut him after one fight and didn't give him another chance. Like they're giving Santos the chance after his 3rd fight because it was Onama and Leron Murphy, and he went to a split with Leron Murphy. Like I just don't hate his losses. Like I think he's way more secure to bet in this situation, which minus 275 like clearly would indicate that. But I don't know. I felt like it was one where like, if I wanted a 4th leg on a parlay, I'd risk it for the biscuit on him, I guess. But he's not in my 3 leg.
Fair. Yeah, that is fair. Yeah, I just can't. I mean, you're right. Those are solid losses. Just the value. I guess the value is what I hate more than anything. The value, like if Santos was at minus 180, maybe we could talk. You know what I mean?
I feel it. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. Up next we got Demopoulos and Amorim.
Yes, sir. That is correct. Emery minus 320. Demopoulos plus 250.
Yeah, man. This is like almost copy and paste my last answer because it's like, so I have Demopoulos power rank 25 and Amorim power rank 27. That would indicate coin flip odds by my own, like how I view things. So like, to bet every single fight on this card, take the plus money on Demopoulos, but like, I think Amorim is minus 320 better. Like, I think that value is way off. But like, both of them have very similar resumes in the fact that they like They both beat cans, but they both lose to good fighters. It's really their first time fighting like to themselves. So it's really, like I said, I view this as a coin flip. So like Billy Walters has me on the Demopoulos side just because, like, to me, everything indicates coin flip. If you want to point out Demopoulos' age, fair play. Also, Josh Thompson was saying that Amareem used to coach at his gym on the women's jiu-jitsu and that she's like really, really high level jiu-jitsu and that like her grappling should be better than Demopoulos's. But even Josh Thompson was saying as somebody who like knows her that like her cardio sus. So like betting on girls with sus cardio at minus 320. I said, gun to my head, if I'm probably not going to bet this one. If I had to bet this fight, I'd take the fucking Demopoulos cheese.
I felt the same way. So originally I kind of felt Demopoulos 1-star. I re-looked at my card after I had everything like starred in, and I decided probably a no bet here, just because it was a simple question of the dogs that I did favor, who did I feel best about putting my money into? And she was last on that list. So no bet.
Such a good point. I'm actually really love how you worded that because you're right. Because we already like Andrade plus 250.
Same odds. And I like her way more, and I feel way more confident in putting my money in her.
Yes, and then like I would rather have Padilla at plus 180 as well, even though it's less value. Like still,
correct. Feels way more secure,
yeah.
And I feel good about putting my money against a road to UFC guy. Like I don't feel necessarily good about putting my money against Amareem or behind Demopoulos.
Love it. Lockstep, brother. Lockstep. Yeah, so no bet. And like you may kind of like think that we're trying to play it safe or whatever, but like, hey, us telling you which fights not to bet can be just as valuable as us telling you which fight to bet. Like, take it from us.
Agreed.
Yeah. Like there's certain fights, like learning what fights to avoid. Sometimes that can be helpful. Man, up next we got an absolute stinker. Like how I was saying, well, I don't know how to pick y'all schmooze versus Peak, but I can't wait to watch it. Feel the exact opposite about this one. I'm taking Petrosky 2 stars, but I literally wish I didn't have to watch this. And I mean, what's it? Petrosky was minus 300 last I checked, which is dog shit value for a 2-star.
So he's minus 275 now, and Budka is plus 225. I have Petrosky 1-star, and this is one of those like, at least he's UFC caliber, but like, God, fuck both these guys.
Well, and like it's going to be the Spider-Man meme. They both just spam takedowns and have no striking. Like this fight is going to suck. Because it's not like they have like exciting. Like I don't anticipate like exciting scrambles. Like it's just going to be like up against the cage, snoozy horseshit. This fight's going to be a stinker. I would bet the over. I don't know if that's available. Is that number's out yet?
Not on any of these.
It's too early. Yeah. Who cares? But yeah, we both like Petrosky, but don't like the value. See, this is the one for me. How you said earlier, if I'm looking for a fourth leg, I could potentially throw Petrosky on there. But yeah, don't love it, but don't hate it. Like on a card with a ton of no bets, like Petrosky 2 stars may end up on a parlay.
Oddly enough, I almost feel the same way about Santos there. Like oddly enough.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Like both guys, I just kind of hate putting my money on. Now Petrosky does feel a little more sure at the number.
I think Petrosky's like more proven, more bankable. Like
both guys, I think I'd be mad at myself for betting, even if I won.
Not the worst. I'll say I have Petrosky power rank 41. I have Santos power rank 73, but Santos in a much deeper division. But I think Petrosky a little more bankable. But I mean, fuck them both, honestly. And then, I don't know about you, but I think I'm done betting Ultimate Fighter fights after last week or 2 weeks ago. We got 8 barrels of dicks on our tough picks.
Couldn't agree more. Zigimontas from Oscar plus 125. Nathan Fletcher minus 150. Who cares? Won't bet on the opening fight of the night. Fuck this fight. That's exactly how I feel if you wanted to know like my full in-depth thoughts.
I guess I'll go a tiny bit deeper. Like, my knee-jerk reaction was to love the Ramoska pick. He really stood out for me on the show, and he should have been the one fighting Myron Santos, and he probably would have put up a better fight.
True.
He got robbed of being in the finale. sense. Like my knee jerk reaction was like, "Oh, I get plus money on Ramoska? Fuck yeah!" But then I was like, "Hey, fuckhead, you went 0 for 2 on tough bets last week. Why don't you sit this one out?" And like, so that kind of sentiment won the day. I
And was Ramoska not the one that pulled out due to illness last?
No, it wasn't illness. He actually he had like a facial fracture, and the doctor was like straight. The commission like wouldn't clear him. He was down to go.
So that was Ramoska, though, right?
Yeah, that was Ramoska. Yeah. You're talking about Fletcher or?
Well, I'm saying, like, if one commission wouldn't clear him, but this one will, like,
Well,
doesn't
same
make me feel
same
good.
commission, same commission. It's both Vegas. But
Oh,
just
so they just
I
told
think
him,
like
like,
2 months have gone by. I think.
okay. No, it's been 3 weeks, right? Ultimate Fighter finales?
Well, but remember we had this discussion when we were talking about those. Like it was like a little bit of tape delay. Like I think there was like what 7 weeks between the show and the actual finale. I'm pretty sure.
Right, but, like, him getting cleared in the commission is, like, the live
No, but
fight.
that oh he didn't get cleared back when like the TV show was still on.
Oh, I see. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Okay. Okay, I got what you
Yeah.
mean. I got what you mean. I'm sorry. Well, but this fight got rescheduled from 2 weeks ago already as well.
Well, no. So Ramoska. See, now I'm all mixed up. But I'm just saying Ramoska's cleared now. It was a bone fracture. It wasn't like a ligament or anything that needs like rehabbing. Like if it's healed, then I would like it's not going to affect his movement. I mean, you could argue it may affect his chin. But Fletcher, I don't know. I remember Fletcher just not standing out to me on the season at all. Like Fletcher, I honestly was shocked to see him be the favorite. Like on the
Oh,
show, Fletcher seemed super
okay.
big.
I got it right here. So August 24th, they were scheduled to fight. Fletcher pulled out with a medical issue and rescheduled for
Mm,
this. So, okay. Uh, I thought it was Ramasca pulled out. It was Fletcher. Don't hate your take on Ramasca there.
yeah, like gun to my head, I'm betting Ramoska, but just due to my own dick eating on tough bets, I'm just gonna sit this one out. So I mean that breaks down all our breakdowns, or that wraps up all our breakdowns, shall I say? Now we got to decide on a parlay. So I think the dogs. I think we got two dogs this week, right? Like I think Andrade and Padilla are getting a ticket, at least for me.
Yeah, I would
I don't
agree
know.
with you. So, let's see. I mean, and Padilla by sub, not a terrible prop. Like, I kind of like him both ways. Just this, I mean, I don't know. There might be other methods of victory I like more. Like, maybe the Brady by decision I don't hate as much for the risk, if that makes sense.
I feel you. I feel you. Let's start to work on this parlay, man. Let's see here. So I think as far as fights we agree on a parlay, damn, it's slim pickings, bro. It's slim pickings. Are we
Well,
not gonna have a parlay?
no, sorry. Garcia, for sure.
For sure. That's I think Brady almost has to be on it. And Padilla can be our prop. And I think Garcia because I mean he's at minus 182 stars. I mean, the Costa Chanel fight got pulled, so that's off. Ashmu's no bet. Padilla's a dog, but I don't know if we want to put a plus 180 on our parlay. Bulgarian's unbettable. We're gonna have to be
Hmm.
forced to put Lima on here. We have that as a no bet too.
I know. If anything, it'd be Petrosky.
Petrosky, yeah, 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 Brady Petrosky.
Yeah, Garcia, Brady, Petrosky. I mean, I don't love it, but if we're giving a parlay of the week, like, that is probably what it is, you know?
Like the only one I would really feel comfortable betting
What were
slash telling
Garcia's
people to
odds?
bet.
Minus 185?
Yeah, yeah, that's man. To be honest, if I was like giving actual betting advice to like a client, like I would say do like 5 units on Garcia, like straight up, like that seems like the most bankable. Like that's what I feel best about. But
So
at my,
that parlay is plus 227. I mean, I don't hate it, but it's
it'll
probably
get one
one that, like,
unit.
yeah, right. Like, I'll bet it as a unit, but probably going to ride that Garcia straight and KO pretty hard.
Garcia straight. I'm gonna do 1 unit on the parlay, because usually I'll do 2 units on the parlay, but I'm going to use that extra unit since we have 2 dogs this week. I'll do it. I'll
Smart.
do a straight on Andrade, a straight on Padilla, and then my sub's going to get a sprinkle. Like, it's just at plus 550. The path is there for it. It's going to get a sprinkle from me. Now, the question is, Garcia by KO, peak under 2.5, two-legger, and scumbag it up.
Hear me out. Garcia by KO, Brady by decision, plus 330.
Yeah, I thought about that as well. However, at plus 150, I'm going to bet that. I'd probably bet it straight.
Fair enough.
Just kind of my personal strategy. I point well taken.
What was the other scumbag you wanted to throw in there?
Garcia by KO minus 140, parlayed with the peak Ash moves under 2.5 is plus 110. That's why I parlay it, because it's like the worst odds on the props we like.
Plus 260.
Squeeze them. See, I think I could see myself, especially if I'm only doing 1 unit on a kind of a shitty 3-leg parlay. I could see myself doing the 2-leg method of victory. And what'd you see that number was?
And that's peak Ash moves under 2.5 and
Garcia by KO.
It was plus 260.
Yeah, I think that could get a unit from me. I think that could get a unit out of me. And then, and then, I don't know. Brady by decision is going to be like my honorable mention. If I'm at the kiosk and have an extra unit that's like unaccounted for, I'll probably put it on that. But I think Padilla by sub, sprinkle at plus 550. Call me a juice monster if you want. Andrade straight, Padilla straight. Garcia Brady 3-legger plus 227. Garcia by KO parlayed with peak Ash moves under 2.5 for a plus 260 2-legger. It's looking like my unit allocation for the week.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go through it and decide mine because I really don't have too much here to go through. You know, it's 7.
There's so many no bets.
It's 6 different bets and then a parlay that kind of involves them. So I'll probably try to mix and match where like everything stays alive in and of itself minus like one guy or one fighter event, if that makes sense. So yeah, tough week.
Play.
Next week going to be a lot more plays, a lot more fun, a lot more even odds, a lot more action to have driven the odds in our favor.
We riding the sugar show next week?
Considering that Marab has a staph infection, for sure.
Yeah, I'm feeling good about that.
Did you see Kakramanov on Twitter recently? Oh, he was saying that like some of his buddies that are training with Marab right now, like had like salacious information. Essentially, is what he was saying, and like that now I'm seeing other sources saying Marab has a staph infection. He might pull out. Blah blah. Blah. I think he's gonna fight through it, and if I love Sean here.
Yeah, and like especially I keep seeing all the highlights. It's kind of a casual take, but like all the highlights like Marias and Cejudo, like absolutely rocking Marab. It's like, well, if that's sugar, this
he's putting him out. Right. Yeah. I agree. So yeah, early take. I like Sugar Show a lot.
Yeah, I wanted to give a little peekaboo towards next week. But yeah, man, we're back, baby. We're streaming live. Hit like and subscribe. Check us out on X at Beefy Breakdown, and we're still doing the giveaway. Nobody's claimed it yet, so if you subscribe and follow us on X and send me a screenshot of that on X at Beefy Breakdown, I'll send you a free Jack Della Maddalena rookie card. DM us the screenshots and the address, and I'll get it in the mail for you. So yeah, check that out, y'all.